What is happening, everybody? This is Everyday People doing everyday shit here on whatever podcast application you use, be it Apple, Spotify, what have you. But also streaming live here on YouTube. Again, thank y'all for being here. I am Pruitt, content creator, freelance, all that good stuff. Not gainfully employed, but by the grace of God, I am still able to get income and pay some bills with the help of folks in the Patreon community, as well as doing this whole freelance stuff. Sitting over here to my right, camera left, would be the one and only Queen Pruitt, sitting over there sipping on her wine like she does. How you be over there?
I'm swell. It's good to see you all.
Into your mic, please, ma'am.
I'm swell. It's good to see you all.
Oh, thank you. My ears and post-editing appreciates that.
I'm a little bit self-conscious now. So
what do you mean by that?
I told you about my class, the director.
What you mean? Look at her like a damn pro using that cough button. Boy, I tell you, some people, they just get it, don't they?
I see these rubber bands on my braces, and it's on both sides now because they're closing up things. So hopefully I will have these bitches out before June.
before June?
No, I'm serious.
Jesus.
I'm serious. He said something about
before June. Good
he
gosh.
said something about March. That's what I'm saying.
That's like 2 seasons from now.
I don't even know.
What the hell? I didn't know
added
that.
More stuff. So
jeez Louise.
Before I only had to wear them on one side. Now I've gone in and they're closing up this hole, and I'm supposed to be on the home stretch of, getting them off, but it's not as close as I thought. Thought it would be like the end of this month.
Oh gosh, that's
so. And then
bad. To
get back to it, today in my class, when I had to do a homework assignment, and that was to submit a slate in acting world. Slate, introduce yourself. And then you do the profiles and you show your hands. I was told, he's like, the next time I do it, take my rubber bands out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, my doctor is gonna get on you.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's medically,
it's distracting. It's a distracting piece, just like having something in the background.
I guess it's one of those things like, does it matter for 20 seconds if you take them out for 20 when you take them out?
If I'm trying to do a commercial,
you know what I'm saying? Does it hurt? Does your doctor get pissed off that you leave these things out of your mouth for a minute, 2 minutes for one day? That's what I'm asking. He's
He's a perfectionist, so yeah, he probably would. I think he wants me to keep them in while I eat, while I brush my teeth. He's that level. Like, if you eat them, then eat them, and then you put some more in there, but literally leave them in at all times. So yeah, I think he would. But it's good to know that they're distracted, but now I'm distracted by them being distracting.
Of course. That's bad. I feel for you on that. I didn't know it was going to be that much longer. You didn't say.
I didn't either.
That sucks. Thank you to everyone hanging out here live on the YouTube live stream. I see Cinder Fractals in here. We have Daniel Schwartz. We have John Helm. John Helm is back in the house. Good to see you, man.
Yes, welcome back, John. Where the hell were you? Like, where did you go?
Good
I understand that you have a life outside of Everyday People, but you are missed when you're not here.
Real talk.
Cinder
says like the dentist in Little Shop of Horrors.
That's all right, because we're gonna have a huge grand, like, what is it, finale to the final piece of the Phoebe Pruitt smile at the end of all of this. Like, it's gonna be a whole party a braces removal party when these bitches come off. We're gonna have a whole spiel.
All I know is I'm glad it ain't no bill on these things now, because the bill is taken care of. You just dealing with pain.
I'm just dealing with the
process.
It's not over just because it's paid for.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that it would be over because
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's not necessarily the case.
Son of a mother. Good grief. Anyway, thank y'all for being here. As you just heard, it's been a fairly eventful week for one of us. One of us over there dealing with their smile. But in the pre-show, the folks in Patreon, their version will have the few seconds of pre-show chatter. But in pre-show, you were mentioning about being self-conscious and being, quote, funny. And you had your concerns because someone has brought it up to you at the university and something else happened. And then I think I talked to you about it 2 or 3 days ago. And I was like, no, you're not like a funny person like that. You're not like I never think of you as the clown kind of thing. You and apparently you have some thoughts on that. So let's hear what are your concerns or thoughts, or does that bother you or what?
No, it doesn't bother me. I don't know. I thought that I could be in a comedic role. Like I feel like I could be on the Miss Pat show, and like I feel like I could be funny like that. But I did have a professor tell me a couple of semesters ago that she thinks that I will do better in more serious roles, and I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
No, because I felt like I might be funny, but these last auditions were for 2 comedic plays, and the first thing they asked us was for a comedic monologue and to tell a joke.
Yeah.
I bombed. I know I bombed. I think the only reason that I got called back is the director of one of them is he directed me in SpongeBob. He was the director of SpongeBob, so he gave me a huge chance my first time out. What's going on? You got this concerned look on your face.
No, I'm just reading our live chat here. Cinder Fractor is talking about the agent, what they said to Demi Moore, that she's only a popcorn actor. And people say shit all the time. Yeah, that's true. Again, you got the chance with this because of your connection there, as well as your talent. I want to say I respect the fact that you are telling the other folks that no, I think I could do it. I think I could do it. I don't have a problem with you saying I think I could be in a sitcom and play out one of those comedic roles at a particular time or what have you. I like that kind of attitude.
I could, but I don't. But now I don't think I'm funny. I look back at things and I'm like, what makes you think that you're funny? Tell me, give me 3 reasons why you think you might be funny. Comedic funny.
And did you come up with any
Even
reasons?
telling a joke, like retelling a joke.
Well, see, and all right, so let's unpack that, because you had to do your monologue and then you had to tell a funny story or tell a joke.
Tell a joke. Even if it had been, I think I told you one of those jokes that I gotten from those aliens on Instagram. I can't think of it now. Avocado. I don't know, but
rewatch the Louder meme, says Cinder Fractal.
I see that's the thing. I didn't do really good. I don't know if I would be really good in improv. I haven't done it.
That's exactly my point that you're making.
I haven't done it.
And like I said, I appreciate the fact.
I haven't had a chance to know. Like, right now I'm taking a TV and film class and voiceover class. We haven't got to the voiceovers, but I don't know if I would be good in commercials or TV or sitcoms or things like that because I haven't done it. I only have experience in theater so far. So until I'm put in that situation or whatever, I don't know if I'll be good at it. But it doesn't seem like it's really as personable as theater.
No.
So far.
Let me say this.
We don't have to talk about theater. That's probably lame to a lot of people. I don't care.
Good Lord.
I just... No,
let me say what I want to say here, because I think the people that listens to this show each and every week are interested in these types of discussions, be it because they are curious to get into this craft themselves, or just curious to hear about how it all works, because you are in the middle of the shit. You hear and see and feel everything that happens in the middle of that. You have done crew, you've done costuming, you've done the actual acting on the stage and freaking fake crying and making me want to jump out of my seat. You have been in the middle of the shit, so people want to know this stuff.
And
you know what I'm saying?
I had to get reminded. I was bummed because I auditioned, you guys. I auditioned this past week for 2 plays, both of them comedic, both of them. I didn't really have a place in either of them, and I don't even know why I expected anything different with the outcome, but I didn't, but I did. But anyway, I didn't get a role. I didn't get the call back.
Okay, so let's
the second time.
Again, let me finish. Let me finish. So even with that right there, you in the back of your head didn't think that there was a spot in there for you. You didn't necessarily feel it from an emotional standpoint. It was just not necessarily a fit for you. You've said this before about some other roles.
Yeah.
The good thing on that is you went into that anyway and got the reps.
Yeah.
That's part of this whole process, is going in there and getting the reps and getting your teeth kicked in from embarrassment. That's part of it. Is it not the truth?
It is the truth, because sometimes I had to be reminded in a couple of different ways. Like, okay, you're not there yet.
Look at Cindy Fractor. Well, I swear, she and I, we are eye to eye. It's like going to the gym, doing the reps. Boom. Thank you. Damn right.
And it's a part. Now you talk about being late on some shit.
I just read that.
But it is a part of that, and you won't get the part, and you got to feel that little that little smack
it's an
the
ego.
left.
It's a little bit of an ego bruise,
you know, because you're with other people who know. Oh, we know you was there. We know you didn't get no part.
And you didn't get the part. Yeah. Hey, we thought you was auditioning for this play that we get ready to go watch 3 months ago.
Yeah, I should have told y'all.
Sure don't see your name on this sheet.
I didn't have a draw to either of them in one way or the other, because I watched Rumors, the play. I watched somebody's version of it on YouTube, and it put me to sleep. It was horrible. I hated it. Absolutely hated the whole thing. Because I was like, this is like a low budget Clue. That's what it seemed like. It was just a slow Clue. But anyway, and then 25th annual Putnam Spelling Bee. I'm just too old.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I didn't. There was no place in it for me, but it still was a bruise to the ego. But I got to keep going, and I got to keep learning. I have a lot to learn, because there's some talented people. I was embarrassed during one of the auditions really bad, because they were like, "Okay, it's time. You're Cassie," and I couldn't fucking find anything. Excuse me, but I couldn't find. I was like, "Where is it? I don't see it." And everybody's waiting. It's just like I could hear the crickets in the background. Like people are waiting for me to find my spot and read my lines. And then this girl just finally, she was like, we're right here. And I knew from that point on, it's like, you're done.
Yeah.
And that was before we even got on stage. That was just us on the back end. And
like a table read or something?
This is auditioning. So they would say, give us a whole list of names in a group, and you guys are going to read pages blah 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 through blah blah blah.
Okay. To
see how you do together.
Yeah.
You know. And I sucked. I'm not even exaggerating a little bit. It was bad. So I didn't expect anything different, but at the same time, it still hurts.
John Hamm's like, somebody said, who said a bad thing? Let me at him. Oh no, that's Cinder Fractal said that. She's ready to whoop some ass. That's funny. Yeah, and John says, don't let one criticism put you off.
No. I know this is only the beginning.
That's the nature of this
is
beast.
The nature of it. I know that. It's just trying to find what I am good at, because I'm part-time at work now. I need to get something out of this. Like, I gotta I'm going to get what I put into it, and I gotta learn so I can grow and do better. And that's all it is right now, is I'm just trying to learn more and more, and learn and practice and do. And
when I think about the specifics of you doing a comedic role, as I've been trying to say for the last 16 minutes now, the people that play comedic roles, be it in movies or television shows, a lot of those people are natural, genetic class clowns, if you will. That kind of thing. A lot of them are. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. And then there's some people that are just well freaking trained and are able to deliver the lines that the writers created for them, that will work for the comedic, punchline, as well as not come off as forced. They're able to make it come out in their own language, in their own body language, and so forth. And that only comes through a lot of training and a lot of reps and stuff. And I was looking at the show that, what was it called on Netflix? Act Your Age or something like that. And it's got Tisha Campbell in it. I was looking at that, and I can't look at it anymore because it's really bad. And I hate saying that, because I wanted to support her and the rest of the crew, because I've loved those ladies. That I want to support them, but it's not very good. And I look at that, and I look at her in particular, and I think about her journey in the acting space when she was on Martin, when she was on My Wife and Kids, and then being on this show.
And
theater.
The stuff
and theater, yeah.
See, that's the thing. I look at her and Tashina Arnold.
Yeah.
I look at both of them, and they're theater actors, and I know now why they were so extra on TV, because you have to be extra in theater. Right. You have to go like extra,
Exactly.
even with your singing and your and looking
the cameras
at it,
are totally different.
Yeah, it's totally different. But now I know why they were, why they acted like they did, and a lot of that. Because I used to think they were so extra, but now I know why. Because theater and because they would do the what's the plant, the poisonous plant that talks, Seymour.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, they did that. They were singing in that theater. and they were extra in that because that's what you have to be.
Yeah.
And I judged them.
Yeah.
You know, but I didn't know.
But you didn't know the craft.
I didn't know. I was like, why are they doing so much? They don't have to do so much. But now I know you got to be able to do. I got a commercial I got to do. And this is the real test. Commercials are the real test. Like if you can sell people on something, do a commercial.
Yeah.
Saying
commercials
stuff.
Are not easy, y'all.
Right.
They're not easy.
Yeah. But I'm going to keep going because I still want this. Even if I'm 90 and somebody says, you know, you're really not a good actor. It's just not for you. But I'll say this and then we can move on to something else. I was quickly reminded about details in SpongeBob because my professor in my Theater 2 class, where I'll be learning how to write scripts and direct and all kinds of stuff. But she said a memorable moment that she remembers from me is, she said, I remember you climbing a mountain while they moved this stage. I mean, they moved the stairs from one side to the other, and you were singing while on this stage that was just moving. And I remember how hard that was.
That's not
and then
easy, dude.
Yeah, and she said, and I know how hard that is. That is a memorable moment when I saw you as Sandy Cheeks for the first time. And I told her, I said, I want to cry right now because I forget about that when I'm being really hard on myself with these roles that I didn't get because they weren't for me.
And it's also very human for us to forget the little stuff that we've achieved.
But it wasn't even little.
That wasn't little.
Yeah, it wasn't little. I didn't think about that. Was my very first play in my lifetime. And I started off singing and dancing.
You crushed it.
And thinking that it's supposed to be perfect. You know, you know, being hard on myself when that was your first time. And, you know, you jumping from this platform to another platform, all while singing and being able to do it was a lot that I've forgotten about. And that's why I really wish that we were able to have a recording of it so we can look back at it and say, you know what, okay.
Yeah. Remind yourself.
Yeah, but I don't really have that. I have little snippets of what you have and what I created in photos, but that was a lot. And I did do that. And it was my very first play. And it was a musical. And I danced.
It was recorded. The chat was saying it wasn't recorded. Yeah, it was recorded, but it wasn't recorded for public consumption. Yeah. It's for them to keep. The staff to keep, not the cast. All right. Yeah, good stuff, dear. Like I said, people want to know this side of things because it ain't always easy and it ain't always just the praises and accolades. It's a lot of nope, nah, not good enough, thanks, we'll pass. It's a lot of that, especially even after you done spent time going through the extra hoops of the callback and and
I actually when I look at it, I feel like I haven't done enough work.
That's fair.
I'm just now doing recordings of myself, and it's hard to watch. It's hard to hear myself. Yeah, it is extremely hard, but I have to keep doing this.
That's like the only time that I can semi-pat myself on the back as a bit of a one-up on you because you're good at this. You're really good at it. I don't think I could ever be the actor level that you are because I know my limitations. You know what I'm saying? It's about like I'm never going to be a comedian. I got funny moments, but I'm not a class clown. So I'm probably never going to be in a comedic role, but I can pat myself on the back because I am used to staring at this lens right here that doesn't even talk back, that I don't even know if anybody's even looking, and just speaking into it comfortably. It took a long time to get that comfortable. It took a long time just to hear my own voice in my ears, and I'm finally past that. So I'll give myself grace when it comes to stuff like that, and eventually you'll get there. But as the chat has said, you got to do the reps.
Yeah,
you got to do the reps. I've given Isaiah, I've given Jacob hard times throughout the last 5 years. Man, y'all got these little phones in your pockets. All y'all got to do is hit record, and it can be about nothing. And all it is just the reps.
Well, I have a song that I want to sing later.
Oh, boy.
I made up a song. I haven't done anything with it yet because I can't find the time that my face looks decent enough to do it. As I record and I'm like, ooh, I look like a raccoon.
Start calling you Bandit. Oh, gosh. A song with Biscuit, they say in the live chat. Oh, my gosh, please no.
Theme song.
Lord mercy.
What is our theme song?
That's copyrighted, dear.
People.
That's copyrighted. We can't call that ours. They'll definitely come after us for that. I've seen it. Anyway, you're listening to Everyday People and watching Everyday People doing everyday shit on YouTube as well as your favorite podcast app. We are going to pause for one brief moment to help pay some bills with some ad stuff. So y'all stay right there for a few minutes and we will be right back after this. And we are back, Everyday People, doing everyday shit on whatever podcast application you are using and streaming live on YouTube. Thank you for everybody popping in here live, hanging out with us. Thank you to Daniel Schwartz for your kind comment there.
Thank you so much.
He says, digging the podcast, and welcome back to you. Hope to see you in here each and every week. Again, thank y'all for all the tremendous support, as well as thank you to our Patreon members. You can join the Patreon community for free. Did you know that? Go to patreon.com/Pruitt and you can join for free or join as a paid member. Hop in there into the community. That is where I am social when it comes to this quote unquote social media
because it's yours
stuff.
That's why you are the one that is social. When you include me, I'm there. Listen, and excuse me, John, you help us come up with a theme song and I am down. But you got to help because I don't know how to do that. But yeah, okay. I'm bouncing around because we'll talk about the new graphics that we put out there.
This boy, I tell you, this ADD runs deep up in here, man. Good gosh.
Because I don't want to forget. And I know if I put it out there, you won't forget.
Okay, so actually, let's touch on that guy because I'm totally off production script. I had all kinds of notes and stuff to talk about it.
Why are you doing that? Why do you do that? It's everyday people, everyday shit. Do you...
It is because...
have everything on a list every day?
You want to know why I do that? Yeah, no. You want to know why I do it?
Sure.
Okay, so I do that because there are some times when I flip this mic on and flip that mic on that's over there, and somebody just ain't got nothing to say. And it's like literally pulling teeth to get them to have something to say. So having... Really? Yes.
You think that's like that for me?
I know it's like that for you. Hold on. Don't you interrupt me. Just don't you interrupt me. So this is how this works. I can hop in here on these mics and do, I've done solo shows before because I can sit down and just boom, go. If I sit down here and turn on your mic and just, how you doing to you, I'm swell. And it will stay right there unless I pull something out of you. So we can try it on episode 65, okay? And prove me wrong, please. But no, I have to have some stuff sort of in the reserves over there just to keep the ball rolling, because there's nothing worse on a podcast than radio silence. There's nothing worse than that, other than horrible audio. But radio silence is no. And for me, I can sit here and just talk into the air without a problem.
I don't think you have a trouble with that. If
you're
anything,
not quite there yet.
I have trouble letting you finish when I have to say something, because if I don't say it,
but again, that is because I triggered you one way or another.
Yeah.
If I don't trigger you, you don't just flat out. You don't just talk. You don't just jump on here and say, "Hey, y'all, let me tell y'all about yada 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 yada." I literally have to semi-remind you.
Why don't you
about
give
something.
me the seat one week?
I would love to. I've actually brought that up. I don't know how many times. Even our niece has brought that up, because
Did I take the reins?
that you sit over here because I've been out of town. It's like, well, dang, we should still do the show even though Aunt's out of town. Just get over there on the mic. And what have you said? Let's hear it.
That's if I was able, like, if you make it easy for me to just go over there and do it, but it's different. I didn't say that I would be the only one. I said take the reins. We switch seats. That's it. Not that I'm on here by myself, because I'm not AuntPruitt.com.
Well, okay,
/podcast.
Okay, so
I'm not. I'm
if you
Phoebe
sit
Pruitt.
over here and take the reins, there is a level of responsibility that comes with this seat. For example, as everybody's watching live right now on YouTube, there's an audio interface. There's the mics, making sure that our sounds is coming through nice and clean. There's also this mixer here, this switcher here that allows me to switch the cameras.
I probably would use it more than you do, because you forget to use it because you're too busy trying to keep up with what I'm saying. But if I am sitting in that seat, then I know what I'm about to say, and I know that I'm going to go ahead and push the buttons. We're going to put little labels on there. We got to put little labels. We got to put little labels on there, so I know what to push.
As a matter of fact, there are labels on this. So yeah, I switched between this Stream Deck here. I switched between this ATEM video switcher here. I switched between making sure the audio looks right on these meters, because sometimes our ears can deceive us. That has happened. So I'm constantly watching that. Then I'm also watching this screen out here to make sure YouTube is getting. Yeah, there's a lot.
Oh, so you saying that I can't do that because I don't know all of those little ins and outs.
That's the thing. You need to be trained on that kind of stuff.
Oh, does it pay? Because I need a job.
You need a job. You need a job. Come on, get out of here with that. Anyway, thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for tolerating our everyday random off the wall freaking conversation. And no, I am not making a flow chart. She's gonna have to jump in here with gasoline draws on into the fire, just like I have to do.
But you don't have to. You've been trained. You worked at your job.
Yeah, let me tell you about that job that I had. That job I got because it was me sitting in here in my own little personal studio, like we got here, in the middle of the fire with gasoline draws on. That was it. Ain't nobody trained.
You talking about back in Chateau Ghetto?
Yes.
Well, that was years ago.
Back in the days with my homie Matt Lee and Finn Martin, when we was doing yet another tech show, Yats.
Yes.
All of that stuff, man.
Yats.
That was all
our
training.
son. I hear Yats and I think about one of them kids looking like they smacked another one into the floor.
Yeah, that's a great video. It is.
That was a great video.
And it's so old.
It's so old. Everything's all pixelated.
In the show notes, I have to link to that in the show notes from the YouTube channel.
But that was, I see one of them.
They were the mascots, if you will.
They were. They were so young, and it was so sweet. When
they were, she says, so sweet.
They're all grown now. They're their own people.
Yeah.
They're men now.
Yep. It's fine by me, damn it. So there's been some interesting stuff happening around this here world. There's a couple of things that I wanted to touch on. First, because I normally wouldn't care about this story, but it made me think a little bit more as I considered some of our viewing habits here in the household. And what I'm talking about is the folks at Netflix have yet again decided to raise their rate. Netflix, and this is according to Engadget.com, Netflix raises subscription price again, with its standard plan now costing $18 a month. And so that means, we don't pay $18. We've been paying over $20 for years.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
We've been paying over $20 for years.
We got the premium plan.
You have an upper tier. So when I saw this, I started thinking, when our rate goes up, I don't even know what our rate is going to go up to, but is it worth it now? So I started thinking about the habits, the watching habits, viewing habits of everybody, because we're on a family plan, whether you're watching something or whether the boys are watching something up in Oregon, that kind of thing. And looking at what you watch Netflix sparingly. Me, I probably watch it more than any of you all, but even with that said, it's sparingly because I am going through all of our services. Because I'm of the mindset we paying for all of these things.
Which ones we watch the most, because I feel like a lot of them are repeated on each platform. Some have, I don't think that I've been watching Bernie Mac. I don't think that's on Hulu. I don't know. I haven't looked. It might be. But a lot of them share.
Yeah, a lot of them share
the same
content
show
because of the contractual agreements and
right.
Yep.
But everybody's going up when, at the end of the day, most of them that you really want to see, you're going to have to pay for anyway, like Apple TV. You're going to have to pay Paramount Plus. You're going to have to pay Netflix and Hulu are like, right now, to me, they're kind of running neck and neck with
they're starting to become
Tubi, and
they're starting to become a bit of a fringe.
Yeah, especially when you start to add in commercials. When you start adding in commercials, then.
Well, that's the thing. We don't have commercials in our Netflix plan like some people do. But as you mentioned, there's a lot of things on there that we watch on Netflix that are pretty much just rerun stuff. We don't watch too much of their new content. Not like we used to, with the Queen Charlottes and the Bridgertons and all of those original things. They haven't done anything that's like they haven't
Stranger
done
Things. It will be coming though. Stranger Things is only there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It seems like at one point in time, they were really on the ball when it comes to this original content that is strictly on the Netflix platform. Now it seems like that slowed down a little bit. And if it hasn't slowed down a little bit, then it's probably, I haven't found it to be interesting in my queue. I don't know about you. And so that pushes me over to the likes of Apple TV and to Paramount. And because the content there has been rather gripping.
Yeah.
Especially, I remember when we got Apple a year or two ago?
Yeah.
And I was surprised. I was like, well, okay, I'm definitely keeping this.
I like it a lot.
Before I even got any input from y'all, I was like, all right, I'm keeping this.
Yeah, you did.
And because they got a lot of good original content on there that's theirs, that they produce.
I like
and
Apple
it's really
TV.
well done.
And I like Paramount. But the thing is, like, that show, The Agency, I want to see it, but we're going to have to pay to see it.
Well,
it's like, do we want to pay to see stars?
Well, right
to
now,
have stars and cut out something else? Like, would we cut out Netflix? No. Nobody's going to cut out Netflix. And they know that shit.
Well, okay. So, speaking of The Agency,
Silo, yes. We got to... The group chat is, live chat is going in because all of the TV shows. Yes,
Silo's legit. We are.
It might get better. I just gotta wait.
I'm getting ready to watch the final episode, the one that was before that, before that, number 9. Yeah, it got back on book. I'll just say that they got back on book, and it's really well done. But anyway, what I was getting ready to say was, with something like The Agency, and when we started seeing ads for that inside of the Paramount Plus,
I want to see the Shy too. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I was thinking about the Shy too. because I don't get to watch that either. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to say anything else. Go ahead and finish. Things about the agency, you can continue. Go ahead. I won't do it anymore. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So anyway, the agency. We were seeing ads about that when we were watching Yellowstone or something. And of course it's like, oh God, we got to watch this. And you got to click on it. You can't get it unless you pay for this extra service that, we're already paying something for Paramount. But now we got to pay a little extra to get that. And of course I said, hell no.
But it's through Stars, right?
I don't think so. It's something else. But anyway, I said, hell no. But now they're releasing it onto the version that we have. So there are, if we can wait it out, we'll have the full season there without paying an additional rate. And the thing that I noticed with you is you just burn through content. We said last week you watched freaking 1883 3 times, and that's 10 episodes a season. You've watched it freaking 4 times.
Now
that's 40 freaking episodes that you have watched. Just burn through them.
They're so wonderful.
They're good. But what I'm saying is when it comes to some of that other stuff, I think they're leaning on people like you that can't help but to just, I gotta watch, I gotta burn through it right now. And it's like, all right, well, let's stick a little price tag on this. Let's see how bad they really want it. And people are probably getting sucked into it.
It depends. I think it just depends because
I
like
know they're gonna put
Landman,
it back.
I wait.
Yeah.
I don't mind waiting. I'm not burning through those.
Uh-huh.
After the first season, with Shrinking,
yeah, Apple.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I don't mind waiting now because I don't want to burn through it. I actually want that little suspense if it's not too good. Like,
yeah, you've drawn a line.
Struggling with is Lioness. I would
really
love
good.
to burn through Lioness.
That show's really good.
I would love to burn through that, but I am watching that with you, so I'm not. Because he doesn't burn through stuff.
So for folks listening, I don't binge damn near anything. I don't see the point in binging stuff because there's so much content out there, and I'd like to watch it all. And
but
so
when you find what you
if
like,
there's, and I like a lot of that stuff. I like damn near everything I've watched. I've liked it, and I'm fine with watching 2 episodes here, another 2 episodes in 2 weeks, that kind of thing. Because in the middle of that hiatus, I'm watching 2 episodes of something else that's just as good, if not better. Because we are fortunate to be in a day and age where, yes, there's a ton of ridiculous shitty content, but we got a lot of great content out there. The stuff that Shonda Rhimes has done over the years has been just chock full of great content. And then there's other people out there, and the Taylor Sheridan stuff. It's just so much out there. So I don't have to burn through it because I have an unlimited supply, if you will. And I don't feel like I'm going to miss out on anything because I'm not a social TV or movie watcher the way people, even with games, I'm not a social watcher of anything. I don't necessarily talk about the show that's going on right now. Like, oh my God, did you see what just happened in that scene? Because there are people that are live tweeting and stuff as they're watching stuff. That's a whole world.
I forget about that.
It's a whole world. And these shows thrive on that type of energy. That's why at one time you used to see hashtags right before their commercial breaks. Because they know people are talking about this stuff online. But that's never me. And then reality TV makes it even more social. And so I'm not in that camp. So I don't necessarily have to sit and watch this stuff right as it comes out. I could watch it 2 weeks later because I'm not talking about it to anybody but you and the folks listening to our voices here on these mics. But you, on the other hand,
I've done a lot better. I did binge a lot of Burning Mac because I love to laugh.
Yeah, same.
And I didn't know it was going to make me laugh like that. And I found that when I didn't have it playing, I was a little sad.
Yeah. That's
and
how you feel about Modern Family.
Made me want to go back in there. The same thing. Yeah. And I think that's what and that's not a good thing though, because it's like a fix. I need
this
my
comment.
fix so I can laugh.
This comment from Peter Kenshin in the live chat: you watch for personal enjoyment, not water cooler conversations. That's right. Because I don't go to the water cooler like that. So yeah, nailed it. Thank you, Peter, for being here. Welcome. I don't recognize your name in here before, so welcome to you. Thank you for being here. Someone mentioned Survivor. Cinder Fractor mentioned Survivor, and damn, that struck a nerve when I read that.
I used to go to games, Survivor games, and we had parties. I loved it. Did you really get into Survivor?
Let me talk about that. That struck a nerve. There's
struck a nerve.
There are a few things that I'll come across day to day that just hits me right in the heart. Okay. And one thing, as I've said before, is Queen Charlotte. Okay. That one strikes a nerve every single time. I will go in there and watch that show right now.
I am watching it right now.
You really? Wow. But shows like that will strike a nerve. And then Survivor, just seeing that text right there, it takes me back 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. I knew nothing about that dadgum show until I met you, and you were a dadgum lunatic when it came to that show. I could not figure out what the deal is with this show.
I could have been their poster child for Survivor during those years that when we first met. That was in the 2001.
Yeah, the Ox.
I loved it. Oh my gosh.
I think back to being on, I don't remember the name of the street, but being at that apartment complex of yours and sitting on that couch and watching Survivor with part of my brain like, what the hell is this? And then another part of my brain is, okay, she really likes this, so just roll with it. But then some of it was pretty good. I wasn't hip to reality TV like that. You know, I didn't know if shit like that even existed at the time, because at the time if I wasn't working, I was usually out playing basketball and stuff like that back then, before I met you, because I was homeless, living in the hotel or in my car. Mm-hmm. I wasn't watching television, and if I was out and about, I was typically just listening to an audiobook or something other, or going to the basketball courts and playing basketball. So this reality TV thing was just totally foreign to me. And you were all freaking in.
That's because of my environment. My friends at the time, they introduced me to it. And then we would have parties where we would get together and we would, who's getting voted off. It was so intense. Yeah. And we had followed these people and how conniving they were. And it amazed me that people could lose so much weight just being there because they couldn't eat. They starving. And they had to make their own food. I thought it was great. I would do it. I would absolutely do it so I could lose weight. I remember that part, saying that.
Cinder Fractor says her sister-in-law used to VHS tape it. Damn, she said tape it. Woo!
I don't know if we used to VHS tape it.
Richard the Naked Guy won the first one. I don't remember that. Do you remember that? Oh, I do remember that. I do remember the Naked Guy.
I remember the Naked Guy, but I don't.
With a beard.
Richard the Naked.
Naked with a beard. Do you remember? I do remember it. Again.
I do remember Richard because I named my first dog Richard.
Yeah, and you had that connection with that. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. I don't remember. I need to watch it again. And you know what? I've tried to watch Survivor again it'll have the episode. It don't go that far back.
No, they don't.
It does not go that far back, which is really unfortunate. That was the same time I was watching Young and the Restless too, and soap operas. I was watching soap operas at that time too. I miss watching soap operas. I want to get back into soap operas. I think I would be a really good soap opera actor too. If I really tried to be a soap opera actor, I think I could be a really good soap opera actor.
I do not disagree with that.
I could do it.
That is closer to the theater stage than sitcoms and stuff
really
like that.
is. You can be extra, and it's okay.
But I'm no professional. That's just my opinion.
Me either.
But yeah, that Survivor thing, that and there's just things like that just strikes a nerve, and it always takes me back to the early days of You and I. And I mean, I don't think people quite get just how different our story was back then, and how unlikely, at least in my eyes,
it was not a match made in heaven in the beginning. We were like polar opposites.
Yeah, how unlikely things were with us, but yet here it is, 20 plus freaking years later.
Yeah, how many years? How many years?
This would be 24. Oh, you don't think I can do the math?
I'm just glad that you can. No, I know you can. I'm glad that you did.
Oh, okay.
Because you could have been like you don't know your birthday.
No, I know my birthday. I don't know my age. Because I don't care about my age.
Okay, your age.
Yeah,
Same
I know my
thing
birthday.
With that.
But I don't care about my age because it doesn't really matter.
You think?
To me, it doesn't.
It does.
It matters to everybody else in the world.
Be surrounded with kids that are 19 years old all day long. Like, you're reminded. I'm reminded every day that I step out of here and go to school how old I am.
Yeah. I get that. Every time I go to these high school games to shoot, and if I'm at a basketball game in particular, how many times somebody walks in front of me on the damn side, on the baseline of the basketball court, I'm like, you see my big black ass right here with 2 cameras and 2 big ass lenses, and you will still walk in front of me instead of walking behind me. And it's always kids. It's always kids.
It's like, oh, I didn't see you there because I wasn't paying attention because I'm the only person that matters right now.
It's always kids. The adults don't do it as much. They still do it too, but they don't do it as much. But it's always kids because kids are at a sporting event to not watch a sporting event.
Yeah.
They never dare
That's
to.
That's how it was for me. I always went to basketball games just to walk around the basketball court. And made sure, we
I swear,
trip.
one of these damn days, I'm going to trip one of these kids up one of these days.
That's unfortunate.
No, I'm not. But it just shows how it definitely reminds me that I am older and I have zero patience for some of these younger generations and how they flow. This is Everyday People doing everyday shit on whatever podcast app you enjoy, as well as streaming live on YouTube. Thank y'all for being here. We're going to pause one more quick time for a commercial break. So y'all stay right there and we will be right back after this. And we are back. Everyday People doing everyday shit. I am Pruitt. Thank y'all for being here. Freelance content creator at large, podcaster, writer, model, quote unquote actor. That's what I'll say. Quote actor, because I'm not Phoebe Pruitt over there, an actual actor. I'm not her. Gosh, episode 64, as asked in our chat. Thank y'all for being here. Before we get out of here, I wanted to touch on one little thing that was in my brain that I thought was pretty funny. So let me run this back here, and I will hit the, what do you call it? Switch the screen? Well, what is Biscuit doing? Oh, you just distracting him. That's great for audio, so you know. Okay. Thank you, Biscuit. We appreciate that. Doing you, dude. Okay, anyway, yeah, there was one thing I wanted to show before we got out of here, so let me switch the screen to this here. And
show the screen capture of Queen during the Rose Bowl flyover.
Oh, yeah. She had asked about that. Cinder Fractal had asked about that because I had wanted to show that. And when I attempted to show it, it was such a bad file.
Oh.
Because it was shot on, number one, it was shot on a phone. Number two, it was shot in the middle of the sun. So the glare, I mean, the split second of the moment that I enjoyed of just the joy in your face when you saw that stealth bomber go by, it's totally distracted by the glare of the sun and just the quality of the camera.
Womp womp.
So, but it ain't my fault. And that's as I told Cinder Fractal and Patreon, this is why I tell people to stop coming to me and saying, hey, this iPhone has a gazillion megapixels. Sure, it's still a damn phone. It's not the same. Anyway, off of my high horse, this video I saw on Reddit that I'm sure a million people have seen, and I'm on the last person to see it. I thought it was hilarious, and all I could think about was neither one of these cats did a good job. But they both, if I was hiring either one of these, I would fire both of them immediately. So this is. Can you see that?
Ooh. The cat.
So,
What did it?
so
What is he trying to do?
So apparently there's a mouse. Apparently there's a mouse in this room.
And the cat is like, get me the fuck out of here.
So there's a mouse in this room. Old dude has got a broom back there trying to get this mouse. This pristine white cat is in the same room. They've closed up the door with this mouse in there. And neither one of them are doing a good job getting rid of the damn mouse. The old dude with the broom is chasing the mouse. Mouse just running circles around him. The cat tried to haul ass. He's trying to get out.
It is screaming. I can't believe that cat is screaming like that.
Man, I swear.
That's cute.
We have some weird stuff on these here internets, man. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I would have fired both of them. They got one job, get this mouse out of here, and neither one of them can do the job. Even the damn cat.
The cat was like, I'm scared.
Such bull crap. Get me out of here.
That's your whole job, is to get the mouse, cat. Tom and Jerry fail.
I'll put a link to that video in the show notes. But you, like I said, I'm sure most of y'all have already seen it because y'all will see all of the popular stuff on these internets that I don't because I'm old. All right, that's going to do it for this week's episode, y'all. Thank y'all for all of the continued support.
Thank y'all for being here.
All of the love. It's been so much fun each and every week to do this for 60 some odd episodes. Thank you for tolerating the schedule shift this week. As if you're a Patreon member, you would know I had to shift the schedule because I had shoots, stuff to do, and it affected my show time. And what was that? She's doing a kiss on the screen. Oh, okay. Thank y'all. But anyway, yeah.
Will it give the extra the effects? It won't do a heart.
No, I turned that crap off. That stuff.
Damn,
that stuff's so annoying.
It's not. It would have been perfect.
Yeah, that works really great in the middle of a casting call too. Just so you know.
Oh.
Yeah. So so let's do that. But no, I was busy with the shoot. I have another shoot next week. I did one. It's under NDA, so I can't say who it was involving, but I am grateful to be able to do that little promotional ad. And it's funny that my drive to the city was longer than the actual shoot time. And I'm like, okay, that was some easy money right there. They literally brought me in. Me and another person brought me in, said, roll it, record it, cut. Very good. Just very good. Shook my hand. Oh, you were great. Okay, you're done. I was like, no retakes? Nope. Boom. Gone. So
you are experienced.
I was like, cool. I can go home and work on some other stuff. And that's what I did. I came home and worked on some more VO auditions and stuff. So excuse me. Thank you for being here, Mr. John Hill. Good to see you back.
Thank you,
glad you're doing
Cinder,
okay.
Peter.
And Peter.
And we had another.
There was David. Daniel. Daniel Schwartz was in
Daniel
there too.
Schwartz.
Ooh, something in my throat there. Sorry about that. Anyway,
are you using your button?
Catch us each and every week as I'm going to talk into this mic. Button down. Yes, I'm using my damn button. Catch us each and every week on whatever podcast app you use, or just subscribe here in the YouTube channel. And be sure to please continue to share the show out with other folks. I can't say about next week just yet because like I said, I know I have one shoot scheduled for next week, and I'm working on 2 other tentative things, and crossing my fingers, hoping I get those. So we'll go from there. But if you're in a Patreon, you'll be abreast of all of the recording information because that's where it matters. Anything you want to say?
Thank y'all for being here. It's really good to see everybody. And thank you for all the support. It really, really means a lot.
Indeed. All right, folks, we're going to get up out of here. Do something good for yourself. Do something good for someone else. And know that even though...
Dude! I have to tell you guys about this story. So yesterday... Was it yesterday or the day before? Before we do something like this. So I get up and I'm about to take the dog out for a walk. Well, I hear some moaning and some noise, and I look in here and I look at my son and I'm like, he's not moving, but I hear this sound. So I stopped and I'm literally listening. So I put Biscuit's harness on or whatever right before I take him out, and I hear this sound of moaning again, and I look, something tells me to look outside a little side window. So I look out the side window, and that's crazy and creepy that this happened. So I look out the side window to see, I see a foot at our door, and I see the shoe like a little bit off the side, and I'm like, oh my God, there's somebody right at our door, like right at the door. I go in Anthony and I say, I think there's a homeless person at our door. Like if I opened the door, he would have fallen on my feet. I don't know if that's what happened.
Close.
But so Anthony says, okay, take the dog into the bathroom over there. And then he came out and did whatever he did or what have you. But it was a homeless person at the foot of the door. If I had not paid attention to it, there's no telling. I know that he was... I know my reaction could have been really bad. Like I could have just instantly gone into stomping somebody. If I opened the door and there's somebody right there, it would have scared the shit out. It would have been really bad.
And you would have been in your right.
If he hadn't been moaning and making this sound, to where I looked out the window first. Now I can't help but to look out the window before I open the door every morning. And I want everybody to do that now. Like, look out the window if you can. Look at your doorstep to make sure there's nobody there. That was some scary shit.
Yeah, it was. And you had every right to be scared of that scenario. And had you opened the door and reacted the way that you just spoke about reacting, you would have been within your right.
I know, but that's still sad.
It's sad. But yeah, I
they want to know what you did.
Because I was still lying in the bed because I overslept and I just was staying in the bed at that particular time. And she came back in and told me, hey, I think a homeless person is outside our door. And so as she mentioned, I said, all right, let's take Biscuit back here to this bathroom. Because as you all heard, whenever something happens at the door, this damn dog decides to bark.
I mean,
every single time. So what I wanted to do was just try to neutralize the scenario. I didn't want to raise any alarms on any side of it. So when I opened the door, the dude was lying there right at the foot of the door. He didn't even move. He didn't even move. He didn't even move. He was in pretty bad shape. He didn't even move. He was cold and he was in pain.
It was a frost morning.
Yeah, it was really cold that morning and he was in pain. She heard the moaning.
Yeah.
Because he was in legit pain. So when I opened the door, he was steady trying to sleep, but you could tell he was sleeping through pain. And I didn't tell you this, but his foot was pretty mangled.
Oh, because that's why he had the shoe off. Because I didn't even see the condition of the foot.
Yeah.
I just saw a foot, and I literally looked over and saw a shoe where the foot wasn't in there.
Yeah, his foot was pretty mangled, and so I politely asked him to wake up, and then I politely asked him to just leave. You know, I said, "Hey, you gotta get out of here," just like that. And he looked at me and he's waking up and you could see him clearing the fog and fighting pain, because you know how it is when something hurts. A lot of times you can't even think straight.
And I don't know how much pain he was in. And you can't even offer him anything.
And that's the thing.
You can't,
part of me, I help stuff, but I can't. I didn't want to help stray cats. That's the thing.
Yeah. So, and I was thinking the same thing. Like, you know, I could have said, okay, here's some Advil. Yeah. This will help you get to wherever, but then they would never leave. No. Or they would come back night after night after night.
Exactly.
You can't help. It was sad, but I'm glad that he was moaning, unfortunately, because I don't know if I opened the door and Biscuit would have lost his mind and I would have lost my mind and I could have done some stomping and kicking and for nothing.
And it wouldn't have warranted it. You wouldn't have been wrong, but he didn't necessarily need it. So I got him to wake up and got him to leave. And like I said, his foot was in pretty bad shape. John Helm in the chat says, "Can you call an ambulance?" I missed that one. I didn't even think to call an ambulance. All I was thinking about was safety and getting him away from here. But then there was also the thought in my head of, I really don't want to call anybody, because out here a lot of times the homeless people are treated pretty poorly, and they don't have to be treated that way when the authorities get involved. So I'd rather he just go away, because there's homeless people living right behind this building there in the creek and under the bridge. And they don't bother anybody. Yeah. That's just...
You've seen them. I hadn't seen them. I just was glad that he was moaning.
You know, and
it's
so...
sad, but I'm glad that he was moaning.
I sent him on his way, and... Because in my head, like I said, I was thinking about just the safety of the family, making sure nobody's going to get harmed. And once I figured, okay, this is under control, send him on his way, and I just prayed for him as he walked away. You know, because all I could think about is
It could have been us.
The shit that I lived through before meeting you, living in my car, and the shit that we went through in 2024, trying to find somewhere to stay.
It's easy to happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody.
It can happen to anybody. I still think about the shit that I dealt with trying to work with the housing authority here in the county, because we're going to be freaking homeless, and all of the bureaucratic red tape that I was jumping through. I still haven't gotten an answer on that shit. And it's because they are overwhelmed. And so I didn't want to just go out and have rage on this cat. I don't know what this dude's lived through.
Yeah. He didn't. And if he didn't cause any problems for us, I mean, he was just there.
Yeah. And
he didn't try to get in or anything like that. It's just really sad.
It was sad. He was at our door and not at the neighbor's door, because the neighbor's door, it's a vacant apartment. Our door had a little warmth coming off of it.
And that's crazy.
It makes total sense. It makes total sense. Our door had a little warmth coming off of it.
How,
that's where
though?
Because
there's no warmth.
In comparison,
because it made me wonder, like, why did he pick our door? There's no warmth. There was no heat on. We don't sleep like that. I didn't turn it on. It was cold inside of our apartment.
In comparison to an empty building versus
maybe
one over here with
our
body heat's in here. I got this stuff running in here. There's heat. There's ambient heat in our place. In comparison to a building that's totally dead, nothing in it to keep anything insulated, So that's what he did. So prayed for him. I believe he's going to be all right. And that's all I could do. So with that said, pardon me. Thank y'all for being here. As I was saying before we sign out of here, be sure to do something nice for yourself, because you deserve it. Okay? Do something nice for yourself. It's okay. Have some grace. And do something nice for someone else out there, even if it's just offering them a minute of your ear time. Just listen. You never know how far that goes for somebody's day. And then know that it's okay to love you some you. We shall see y'all later. Take it easy.
Good night.